Hello stunners, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome back to another practice with me and welcome to this gorgeous safe space where I'm inviting you to move like you love yourself. Okay, this is something I said in an in-person class maybe a couple of days ago, and I'm not gonna lie, I feel like it started something. I feel like it's ignited some sort of movement within me. It's been the catalyst towards something. I don't know exactly what it is, but moving like we love ourselves, because we absolutely should. And not only are we going to move like we love ourselves, we're going to breathe like we love ourselves. We're going to eat like we love ourselves. We're going to write like we love ourselves. I feel like this is going to be some sort of 7-day, I don't want to use the word challenge, but 7-day movement or program that is most likely going to come to this space. It might have already happened by the time I release this practice. But yes, something is coming. And I'm inviting you to do the things that we do day in, day out, but do it like you love yourself, because you absolutely should. I feel like we do everything in such a rush, or it becomes another job, a tick off that to-do list, okay? So moving like we love ourselves, just adding that extra little bit of magic, that extra little bit of flavor, that extra little bit of juiciness, okay? And this is going to be the start, okay? So this right here, let this be the catalyst for you doing the things that you already do, but like you love yourself, okay? I'm excited for this, okay? So for this practice, you don't need anything in particular. You don't even really need a mat. You just need a little bit of space. If you have a mat, cool, but don't worry about props or anything. It's literally just you, your own body, your own breath. That is enough. That is always enough, okay? And then I invite you to find a comfortable seat, whatever works for you, okay? Plant your sit bones down towards the earth. You could be cross-legged. You could have the legs extended out ahead of you. I really do not mind, okay? But plant yourselves here and maybe take a few moments to decide whether this is the space that serves you, okay? Does this seat serve you? Does this orientation of the body serve you? Again, have a few moments just to really think about how you'd like to arrive into your practice, and take that time, take the utmost care as best as you can. And perhaps already you found that place and the eyes have perhaps drifted to a close, and then invite yourself to just drop into your body here. Drop it into your body, this beautiful, magnificent vessel, the way in which you get to experience this gorgeous, magnificent life of yours. Drop it into your body and just see how it feels today. Sure, there might be a few places of achiness or tension, places that feels a little bit clunky. And perhaps you're already feeling light and spacious, or maybe you're still figuring things out. That is okay. Just notice yourself here. And as you do so, notice the entirety of you. Notice how it feels to breathe here. Does the breath feel light and joyous, or maybe there's a heaviness, maybe there's a hesitancy? And if it feels okay to do so, just go ahead and take that big drink of breath in. Big breath out. Beautiful. Notice how good that felt. So maybe you want to take another, and another, and another, and another. Take as many breaths here as you'd like. And again, do it not just because I'm guiding you to do so, but do it for you. Do it because you love yourself and you know that you are worthy of taking these big releasing breaths, these big sighs out. You are worthy of that oxygen that enters into your lungs that then travels throughout the entirety of your body. That is your birthright. This love for yourself is your birthright. Let's reclaim it here. Reclaiming that soft, quiet joy that comes with you celebrating all that you are and all that you could possibly be. So as you continue to notice the body, as you literally plant your hands down towards the knees, to the thighs, again, let yourself connect. Maybe there's even a few moments as you place the hands to the body where you give yourself a little comforting squeeze, okay? And the hands can come to whatever just makes sense for you. You might even bring a hand across to the opposite shoulder, to the neck, to the belly, to the ribs. It does not matter, even down to the feet if you wish, okay? But as the hands roam around your body, just keep giving yourself that little squeeze, that comforting, reassuring touch. Notice your edges, your folds, your curves, and love them all. Again, this is the body in which that you get to experience this life. The way in which we get to experience movement, sensation that comes from movement. The way in which we get to taste delicious foods and sweet treats. The way in which we connect to others, again through touch or through emotion. It all happens through the body. This body, again, is this vessel that allows you to experience a whole plethora of sensation, of emotion, of thought, of feeling, even the thoughts, even the sensations that we like a little bit less. But in this moment, I invite you to love it all. And sure, it might take a little bit of time. It might even feel a little bit strange, a little bit weird to begin with, maybe feel somewhat self-conscious, but again, you're in your own safe space here. This space that you have carved out just for you, and your body exists just for you. So again, let's savor this, let's indulge in this, let's bask in this love that you have for yourself. And let it wash over you, let it fill you up, just little by little, bit by bit. Beautiful. And so you might have kind of naturally gone into a little bit of a self-massage here. That's okay. If that's where you're being led towards, then just let it happen. But ultimately just giving yourself that little squeeze here and there. Beautiful. Maybe you are finding some sweet spots. Maybe you are finding some tension that we didn't realize we were holding on to, and just give yourself that permission to let it go now, to let it melt away. Beautiful, well done. Even if it's just a comforting stroke here and there, a little pat on the shoulder maybe. After all, you made it here, you made it to this moment, and that itself is enough. It doesn't matter what this practice might bring us, this in itself is enough. Okay. Take another slow, steady breath in. Slow, steady breath out. Beautiful. And then from here, feel free to welcome just a little bit more movement into the body now. You can continue to let the hands roam around the body, but maybe you start to also welcome a little tick-tock of the head from side to side. Maybe a little circular motion here. And again, there might be a few clicks or cracks. Again, just notice how your body responds. Nice. Maybe there's even a little wriggle through the face, a little wriggle through the nose, letting the bottom jaw glide from left to right. And feel free to let your face be expressive here, even if you're lifting the eyebrows up high, opening the mouth out wide, almost like you're in this moment of surprise, of elation, of joy. And then as you exhale, perhaps just again let that melt away. Beautiful. The face has the ability to demonstrate so much emotion, and perhaps sometimes we feel like we have to hold that back. So maybe allow yourself to express, allow yourself to feel like you love yourself. Beautiful. And maybe that movement gradually gets a little bit bigger. Maybe it comes into the shoulders, a little shoulder shrug here and there. You can send one, then the other, or perhaps both at the same time. Again, don't worry about what this looks like. Just dive into how it feels. And any moment you feel just that little bit unsure, okay? Anytime you start to question yourself, question your movement, okay? Again, move like you love yourself, okay? Just remind yourself over and over again, I am here because I love myself. I am here because I'm worthy of this time, of this space to reconnect, okay? So again, your movement has perhaps continued to build. Maybe you're taking a little twist here and there. Maybe it's come into the spine. Could be that cat's cow motion, okay? That lift up through the heart space, that openness across the throat, the chest. And maybe that exhale to drop the chin and then round through the back, okay? And these first few movements, of course, it might light at places where, again, the body needs a little bit more time to wake up. And again, you have time. Just let yourself move in your own way. Beautiful, really well done. Okay, and maybe it becomes a circular movement within the ribs, letting the vertebrae kind of glide within or glide against one another maybe. And again, sure, there's moments where it feels a little bit clunky, but it does not matter. Let your body just actually kind of surrender to this and let it breathe that sigh of relief. Maybe you should come to the breath now. Notice whether it feels like this familiar hello, the breath sighing out in gratitude, knowing that the body is finally being listened to. Beautiful, really well done. Okay. And then from here, maybe the arms want to take up a little bit more space. Maybe stretch the fingers out nice and wide. Perhaps it's almost like you're pressing away towards, you're breaking free from this comfort zone that you've been safely encased in. But again, starting to rise up and out of it, starting to see what's beyond that comfort zone. So pressing away those walls of limitation, hesitation, okay? Beautiful. You can swirl and twirl through the wrists as you go. The ribs can still be moving side to side. And if you're ever unsure of what movement to take here, feel free to check in. I'm right here with you. Maybe the arms continue all the way up to the sky. Beautiful. And of course, you can float from side to side here, sending one arm higher up than the other. Beautiful. Really, really well done. Okay, nice. Take another slow, steady breath in. Slow, steady breath out. Beautiful, really well done. Take another big stretch up toward to the sky. And then as you exhale, just let that right hand come all the way down, left arm sweeping up and above, taking a little side body stretch here. So perhaps softening into that right elbow, letting this left arm sweep up and above. Beautiful. Okay, nice, nice, nice. And then from here, feel free to maybe go ahead and take a nice big circle with this top arm. Okay, so you can explore the shape a little bit. Explore some movements within the shape. So let the arm sweep forwards and up. Getting a nice big rotation through that shoulder maybe. Nice, turning our face up to the sky, up to that sun. And the sun is hiding away a little bit today. But that's okay, we can welcome in our own inner sun. Let that radiate, let that glow. Beautiful. Keep this going and take another big breath in. Big breath out. Inhale, rise it all the way up to the sky and of course drift across the other side. You might even have the eyes closed the entire time here. That's perfectly okay. Just trust that you know where you want to go. Your body knows where it wants to go here. Okay, and then again as you settle into that side body stretch, let yourself explore it. Maybe a nice big circle of the arm all the way around. Beautiful. Okay, maybe there is some crunchiness through the shoulders still. Just let your body kind of sink into this, surrender to this. And perhaps the entire time you're moving, there's a little smile that kind of plays across your face. Again, it's this natural contentment, this natural quiet joy that slowly bubbles to the surface as you really start to feel that love for yourself. Beautiful. Take another big breath in. Big breath out. Lovely. Inhale, rise it all the way up. Let's stretch all 10 fingers up to the sky. And then as you exhale, just open the arms into this cactus shape. So draw the elbows down in line with your shoulders. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. Take the gaze up to the sky maybe. Exhale, rain the fingertips all the way down. Beautiful. And then from here, we're going to stretch the legs out ahead of us, okay? So letting the legs unravel. Maybe there's a little rush of blood flow down towards the toes. And maybe literally bring the hands towards the legs, these strong, powerful legs that get you to wherever you need to be, get you to wherever you wish to be, okay? So give the thighs a little squeeze, these big powerhouse muscles of the legs, the quadriceps, the hamstrings, maybe even have a little bend through the knees. Give the hamstrings a little tap, 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 waking them up a little bit. Beautiful, and of course that can travel down to the shins, the calves. Nice, really well done, okay? Beautiful, and don't be afraid to move flesh around here, okay? Nice, well done. And then from here, again, extend the legs out ahead of you. Start to lean into the hands back behind you. Taking this gorgeous little sunbathe moment. So you're going to lean into those hands back behind you. Puff the heart space up to the sky. Let the head drop back as much as feels comfortable. And then have this little sway from side to side, okay? Feel the shoulder blades kind of move beneath your skin, okay? Glide beneath your skin. And it's almost like the shoulder blades can almost offer a little massage here, okay? Beautiful, well done. As you let the head drop back, maybe again the head sways from side to side. There might be some crunchiness through the back of the neck. So again, just notice that, feel that. Beautiful. Take another big breath. And an exhale. Beautiful, and then slowly rise up through the center. Let's slide the feet back in. Maybe swing the ankles around to one side, or maybe come up and over across the ankles. That's entirely up to you. But make your way onto your hands and onto your knees, and we're going to keep on moving here. So we're not necessarily finding stillness at any point just yet. Keep on moving, and again, move like you love yourself. So maybe it's that cat-cow motion. Smiling the collarbones forward. Beautiful. And then as you exhale, drop the chin towards the chest, rounding through the back. Okay. Beautiful. And of course, you might be shifting the weight forwards, backwards, side to side. Maybe you're fairly familiar with this movement pattern, so you might be feeling ready to kind of break free from the pattern and just explore what else is here. But if you're fairly new to the practice, again, don't be afraid to stay within a pattern just so you can gradually find your feet, find your bearings a little bit, okay? Beautiful. So really, whilst you're on your hands and on your knees here, just welcoming in that movement through the spine, okay? Again, it does not matter what this looks like, okay? No one else is there to judge, to cast any kind of judgment or opinion. And also, we don't need that judgment or that opinion towards ourselves, okay? So if you notice you start to judge yourself harshly for how you're moving here, okay, know that it does not matter. Again, celebrate the fact that we have this body that allows us to move through experience, to move towards adventure, playfulness. Let's choose that playfulness. Let's choose that curiosity, that adventurous nature that often gets buried deep within ourselves. Allow it to rise to the surface just by moving, shifting away those layers of stagnation, of hesitancy, of fear, of doubt. Beautiful, well done. Go ahead and take another big breath in. And then as you exhale, what might happen here is you might kind of ripple the body forward, slowly rippling the hips down towards the earth. You can soften to the elbows here as much as feels comfortable. So if it feels nicer to be a little bit lower down towards the earth, that's cool. But if you're ready to come into that full cobra, maybe just see where you're at, okay? Maybe keeping that slight softness to the elbows the entire time. But wherever you are, shoulders down and away from those ears, you've got this gorgeous proud heart shining forwards. Let it shine forwards here. Could be a little wriggle from side to side through the hips, could be a little bend through one knee, then the other. Turning to look past the toes maybe. Beautiful, well done. Go for another big breath in. And then from here, we're going to slowly ripple the heart space all the way down. And then you're going to snake the hips back towards the heels, coming through a little child's pose here. But again, we're still going to move ever so slightly. Of course, if you're craving a moment of stillness, then by all means, okay? But feel free to let the torso kind of sway from side to side, the hips wriggle from side to side. There might even be a sense of kind of reaching the fingertips forwards or further forwards a little bit by bit, even as the hips sink further back here, reaching in these two opposing directions. Nice. Take a big breath in. Big breath out. And then from here, shift the weight forwards back into the hands, tuck the toes under, walk the hands back towards the knees, and you're going to slowly rise up to your standing forward fold towards the back of the mat here, okay? Beautiful, and just let the upper body melt over the legs and maybe have a little shake or nod of the head, a little shimmy to the shoulders. Nice, let the arms hang heavy, okay? Beautiful. And again, maybe you're still placing the hands to the backs of the legs, maybe again, giving yourself that little squeeze, that little tap of the calves, maybe. Allow the body to wake up, not just through movements, but through your own touch here, okay? Beautiful, really well done. You can even bring the hands towards the back of the neck, the back of the head, just to make sure you're releasing through the space here, should you wish. Nice, go for another big breath in. Big breath out. Okay. And then bending through the knees, let's slowly roll it all the way up through the spine, stacking up bone by bone. Beautiful. So we're gradually finding our feet here, gradually rising up through standing. Notice how it feels to find your feet. Head rises, melt those shoulders down and away from those ears. And then from here, you're going to soften to the knees, send the bum back so the heart space stays open. And you're going to melt it back into that fold. So it's kind of this ripple, this wave we're taking to the spine here now. So the crown of the head dives heavy. Take a breath in. Exhale, bend through the knees, slowly roll it up through the spine. Nice. Okay, so we stack up bone by bone. We rise fully up to standing and then bend through the knees, send the bum back, heart forwards, ripple it all the way down. And the hands, they can kind of travel up and down the length of the legs as you go. Bend through the knees, roll it all the way up to the spine. Nice. Beautiful. As you rise, bend into the knees, send the bum back and down, heart space forward, melt into that fold. Maybe we take this just a couple more times, roll it up through the spine. And perhaps this time you add a little something in. Maybe you take a nice big sweep of the arms up high to grow tall. And then as you exhale, again, bend through the knees, send the bum back. The palms of the hands can travel down through heart center. Again, back into that fold. You've got one more time here. Roll it all the way up through the spine. Nice. Fingertips sweeping all the way up. And then exhale again, bend through the knees, send the bum back and down. Beautiful. Into that fold. Nice, nice, nice. Okay. Take a slow, steady breath in. Steady breath out, lingering in that fold for a moment. And then from here, let's go ahead and bend through the knees. Let's slowly walk the hands out ahead of us. Maybe we come to our downward facing dog, okay? And this down dog is a gorgeous opportunity for you to wriggle, for you to find your own little move and groove here. So you can pedal out to the feet, almost like you want to massage the feet into the earth. Find as much of a wriggle through the hips as you wish to. So I really invite you to worry less about alignment and where you are in the shape, but just move within the shape, okay? Trusting the strength within the shoulders, the wrists, the fingertips, and the hands and feet. They are rooted down towards the earth, but that means the rest of the body is able to move freely, okay? Beautiful, well done. Go ahead and take another big breath in. And then as we exhale, let's slowly pop the knees all the way down towards the earth. And then from here, you might kind of sink it back into a child's pose. Again, just very briefly. Think about the hips sinking back, but maybe there's a little look forwards. You're looking out ahead of you, past those fingertips, looking towards where we're heading now, looking towards this journey, this path you're about to take. And maybe there's this little bit of excitement. Who knows where this next path is going to take us? So looking ahead, taking a big breath in, honoring where we have come from. And then as you exhale, slowly snake the body through, ripple the body down towards the earth. And then inhale, let yourself rise up with this new perspective, with this new outlook. Beautiful. Again, that gorgeous opening across the heart space. Let the heart take up space. Beautiful. Well done. Take another breath. And then as you exhale, perhaps just slowly ripple the body all the way down towards the mat. Might feel quite nice to bring one hand on top of the other. Forehead down to the backs of the hands. Maybe a little wriggle of the hips from side to side should you wish to. Beautiful, well done. And then quite simply from here, and in fact you might actually stay exactly as you are, or maybe just gently choosing a side, the left or the right, rolling all the way over towards that one side to then eventually come onto your backs. Okay, beautiful. And then just taking a moment here, maybe having a little wriggle back onto the mat. If you happen to roll off there, that's okay. But have a moment, perhaps planting the feet down towards the earth, let the knees knock towards one another. You could, of course, curl yourself up into a little ball too, should you wish to. Nice, maybe there's extra movements you want to take, a little spinal twist. Maybe you want to stretch the arms, the legs up to the sky. Again, final movements here now. And again, moving like you love yourself. So what is it you're needing? What is it that your body is craving here? Take another breath in. And then exhale, slowly release it down. Beautiful. Again, it could be feet to earth, knees knocking together. Maybe that feels a bit nicer for the lower spine here. Maybe it just feels comforting to let the lower spine meet the earth here. Or perhaps you're ready to lengthen the legs out ahead of you. And of course, you know where we're heading to from here. It's that sweet Shavasana, this rest that has been waiting for you all the while. Okay. And then again, lying back here, and in the same way we started, again, just notice whether this shape serves you. Do you need to invite in a little bit of support, maybe? Do you need to prop yourself up slightly? Or perhaps, again, just letting yourselves be heavy to the earth. So take a moment to decide with the utmost care, the utmost tenderness, how you'd like to lie here, how you'd like to rest here. And again, in the same way throughout this practice as we moved like we love ourselves, let's now rest like we love ourselves, okay? And maybe these words have already stirred up some murmurings from within. And some of that might be a little bit unpleasant. Maybe we actually realize how little we show ourselves that love. And again, there's no need to berate yourselves for that, to judge yourselves too harshly. But again, let these words be that catalyst to drive you forwards to that new perspective, that new outlook, to this new momentum, to do everything what you already do, just with that little bit more love. that little bit more appreciation, that little bit more respect for you. And then, of course, let it all land. As you simply land here, everything else lands here with you. Just breathe. Just be. Take a slow, steady drink of breath in through the nose. And a soft sigh out through the mouth. And again, big breath in through the nose. Soft sigh out through the mouth. One more time, big breath in. Big breath out. And then just slowly welcome these little bits of movement back into the body. The fingertips, the toes, the wrists, the ankles. And allowing that movement to gradually build into anything you'd like it to be. Taking a nice big stretch, curling yourself up. And as always, you decide, you choose, how is it you'd like to move from here? How is it you'd like to move into the rest of your day, the rest of the week? Beautiful. And then, of course, whenever you're ready to, gently choosing a side, the left or the right, rolling towards that one side, gradually rising all the way up to that comfortable seat. Beautiful. And then from here, planting those sit bones again down towards the earth. Hands land down towards the knees, the thighs, maybe again that comforting little squeeze. Let those shoulders melt down and away from those ears. Let that space between the eyebrows soften. Closing the eyes and sealing the practice as we always do with the final blessing. May the sun bring you new energy by day. May the moon softly restore you at night. May the rain wash away your worries. And may the breeze blow new strength throughout your being. And may you walk through the world knowing its beauty all the days of your life. And with that, we bring the palms, the hands together in front of the heart. And we softly bow. Beautiful. Thank you so much, loves, for joining me for that very special Move Like You Love Yourself practice. I really feel like this is going to be the catalyst for something even more special, even more magical. So chances are this is going to be the start of a series. So join me tomorrow for perhaps a Breathe Like You Love Yourself practice, maybe a Write Like You Love Yourself practice, maybe a Nourish Like You Love Yourself practice. It's all going to unfold in this really special, beautiful way, and I hope you stick around and join me for the rest of it. All right, thank you, loves. Have a gorgeous rest of your day, evening, wherever you are practicing, and I'll see you next time, maybe tomorrow. Mwah. Take care.